Well, hey guys and gals, I put new tires on the bike. These are the Michelin Road 6. Decided to do it myself. Change out the tires, balance them, and I think I did a pretty good job. But they look good. I'm liking them. Going to take them out now and try and scrub them in a little bit and talk about the process of changing them while we're at it. Stick around. Like I mentioned earlier, I changed out my tires. I wanted to do it myself. I wanted to replace them, balance them, do the whole 9 yards. I got some of the tools that were necessary to do so. The mistake I made was I got the old ways tools. I got the tire irons and some tire spoons, some rim protectors. Breaking the bead, no big deal. Getting the tire off wasn't all that bad. Getting the tire on, those last 25-30 degrees of tire that needs to go on the rim. Holy mackerel. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was straining to get that crap on there. And then once I got it on, I'm real pleased. I had watched a video by Yammie Noob, and he used just a regular portable air compressor to seat the beads on a tire he changed. That didn't quite work for me. I couldn't get the beads to seat to save my life. I tried soapy water. I tried Windex. I tried the ratchet strap. I tried all kinds of things. Nothing was working. I was getting pretty frustrated. And then I thought to myself, well, you know, I bought these tires, which are the Michelin Road 6s. I bought them from Cycle Gear. I have a Cycle Gear about 35 minutes away from me. Maybe I'll just take the wheels and the new tires to Cycle Gear and let them do it. And then I thought again, I'm like, no, you know, I wanted to do this. Damn it, I'm going to do it. So I broke down and I bought myself a Rabaconda street bike tire changer. What an awesome machine it is. I wouldn't know how awesome it was if it hadn't been for taking the first tire off and putting the first tire on using the old method of tire irons. And compared to that, I was in heaven with this Rabaconda. Seating the bead, well, that was another story. I needed to do something that would allow me to seat the bead. So what I did, instead of having and relying on the portable air compressor, I went and bought myself a nice 6-gallon pancake air compressor. And with the Rabaconda, I purchased the tire grease. And unlike a couple of the videos you may see, it is not included with the tire changer. It's extra. Now there is a kit you can buy that gives you everything you could possibly need to change a tire. I did not get that kit. That was like 800 bucks. What I did is once I had the tire mounted onto the rim, I of course, had taken out the valve core ahead of time. And with this tire grease, they give you a round brush when you get it from Rabaconda. That just wasn't going to work. So I just got a regular paintbrush and I used that, and then I just depressed the tire and I could get tire grease all the way down on the bead. It was awesome. And once I did that, I just hooked up my air compressor. And another thing that I had heard is that you shouldn't go over 40 psi. Well, it took close to 50 psi before both beads would seat. The next step was balancing. And I had gotten some weights. I got some 1/4 ounce weights and I got 1 ounce weights. Pretty blunt. I had the BikeMaster Static Balancer, which I bought. I spent a lot of money to take care of changing out my own tires. Will it pay for itself? I don't know. But what I've decided to do is, I think in the warmer weather, I'm going to switch out tires. I'm going to switch out tires to what I think will be the Pirelli Diablo Rosso 4 tires. That way it'll be a little bit more stickier and I can have a little bit more fun, should I so desire, during those warmer months. I figured I'll use them from maybe mid to late May to mid to late September. And then I'll go back to the Michelin Road 6s. That way, at least I'll be getting used to using the Rabaconda and the BikeMaster wheel balancer, and maybe I'll get pretty good at this. And when friends want to change out their tires, I'll offer to do theirs. But the balancing, well, it didn't go as well as I had hoped, but nothing was going as well as I had hoped so far. I ended up putting 2¼ ounces on each of my wheels, and according to all the videos I've watched, that is probably twice as much as they use on their videos. So I went on the Kawasaki forum and I put out that information, and people said, you know, that's okay. Michelin tires do not have a light spot. They are pretty well balanced, so just pretty much put it on there. And then other people were saying, well, they don't put a yellow dot on there, but they do have a barcode. And I've been using the barcode as the light spot. I was like, oh, well, maybe, because I have some 110-degree valve stems coming, and probably in another month or so I will change out those valve stems. And while I'm at it, maybe I'll just line that barcode up with the heavy spot on my rim. And I can tell you right now, the heavy point on my rim was not the valve stem. So what I'm going to do is, prior to putting the tire on, I think I'm going to find the heavy point on the rim itself and mark that, and then I'll line up that barcode. So anyway, it's going to be a trial and error with me. I don't mind taking off the old wheel weights. I think I'll leave them on at first, because you just may luck out and they'll fit just where they're supposed to fit. And I learned that from a video I watched on changing a tire and balancing a tire like a pro by How to Wrench. Very in-depth balancing video. And that's what I decided to do. I decided to do the in-depth stuff. It took me quite a bit of time to balance out my wheels, because I would try all the things that he mentioned, and then once you're kind of happy, move the weights forward a little bit, move the weights backward a little bit, and see if you can't get it Nat's ass on. The rear tire is pretty good. I can put that valve stem anywhere on the static balancer and it's not going to move. The front wheel, a little bit trickier. And they say if you're a little light or a little heavy, if you can't get it exactly right, then it's best to be on the light side. So that's what I did. I'm on the light side of the front. Everything is back the way it should be. Everything is torqued properly. And right now I'm just out having a little fun, listening for and feeling for things that are out of the ordinary, in case I did something that I shouldn't have done. I'm not getting any vibrations, I'm not getting any wobbles, so I think everything seems to be working out quite nicely. I'm going to hit a nice little straightaway in a little bit, and then we'll get up a little bit of speed and see what happens. Hopefully nothing will happen, but we'll get up some speed. Another thing is using the proper equipment. Now, if I were younger, I would have stuck with the old ways and the tire irons, but I'm 70 and I'm not as strong as I used to be. I'm still okay, but nowhere near what I used to be. So anything that I can do to make things easier for me, I'm going to do, and that's why I bought that Rabaconda. Okay, we got a nice little straightaway coming up here. Let's see what we can do. Okay, no wobbles, no vibrations, felt good. So I'm happy about that. Well, there you have it, guys and gals. Michelin Road 6s.